ES Audio.
Hello, I'm Mark Blunden, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, one England lioness on her Wembley FIFA 22 match. But first, Twitter has hit back over whistleblower claims that the social network has security holes, placing personal and even allegedly national security data at risk. The company's accused Peter Zatko of peddling a false narrative after being let go over what it says was poor performance. Zatko, who was sacked in January, has made claims of a cover-up of security vulnerabilities and even spying for foreign powers. It follows reports that Twitter can't get a grip on the number of bots running fake accounts on the platform, which came to light during Elon Musk's attempts to take the company over, a bid which is now likely to end up in court. A leading anthropologist is raising urgent public health concerns that food poverty and chronic stress caused by the cost of living crisis will have a devastating physical impact on children by stunting their growth.
We already have evidence that birth weight is being affected, and even small decreases in average birth weight, on the order of tens of grams.
Emeritus Professor Barry Bogan is an expert in biological anthropology.
Birth weight represents everything that happened to you during your development before birth, and organs, including the brain, as well as skeleton and fat and muscle. Infants that's born with even a 50-gram lower birth weight than would be desirable could have problems all the rest of her life or his life.
With more children arriving at school hungry, now there's urgent concerns that food insecurity is adding to other toxic factors causing chronic stress in youngsters, including abuse and neglect.
That chronic stress, I'm talking about over months and months, years, it causes those same hormones to be produced in the body. That chronic stress, we even call it toxic, poisonous stress, causes the cells in the skeletal bone cells, to break down faster than they build up. So growth slows down or even stops.
It comes as British charities urge the government to deliver immediate crisis support to families to help stop children going hungry. Now, did your Facebook feed look a bit weird? The social network is investigating a flood of spam posts from people not on users' friends lists that were bombarding news feeds with random memes, crypto ads, and subpar celebrity content. Facebook users were hit with a meltdown after their feeds were flooded with random spam posts from strangers sharing the content. So how did it happen? Well, apparently it's a glitch, allowing users to be targeted if they once liked any one of millions of popular pages, and it took Facebook bosses about 3 hours to get a grip on the problem. Now, what if you took England's top footballers off the pitch and put them into a video game? Well, sort of. England Football and EE took some top grassroots FIFA 22 gamers and pitted them against actual England players from the men's, women's and deaf squads, along with eSports pro player Gorilla.
My thing is I'm always going to play properly when I'm playing, so it's obviously it's going to be an unfair advantage. But yeah, it was good. It was a good experience. Obviously, I think it was Aaron Ramsdale that was playing, and he was up for a laugh.
England and Chelsea defender Jess Carter caught up with us from the stadium.
I wasn't nervous. For me, it was just a bit of fun. I think online they're like 6-minute matches, but it wasn't too serious for me, so hopefully I didn't drag my teammate down too much.
Testing their tricks, flicks and tackles, players used Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
You start to think about things tactically, but thinking about it and doing it are two very different things. It was cool to see a different world to me, I guess. I'd say I used to play all the time when I was a bit younger, but I kind of play once in the blue moon now, but I still get every updated game in that.
The Wembley Connected Cup final, however, was a two-leg all-against-all tournament that saw 6 amateur and professional players fight each other for the overall title online, and 19-year-old Alfie Calder from Nottingham won the competition.
The experience was great for me, got to meet Ramsdale, some Premier League footballers, England internationals more importantly. I also played in the tournament, and obviously winning was the cherry on top.
Let's go to the ads. Coming up, the sad tale of the mammal that inspired old seafarers' tales of mermaids, and a nightmare for a Nintendo collector opening a 70-year-old gaming relic. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back to the IRL High Street. Credit card company Mastercard now has a deal with the cryptocurrency exchange Binance to allow Bitcoin payments in physical shops. It follows trials in Argentina of a prepaid card, allowing customers to pay for everyday purchases with their, should be said, highly volatile crypto, which is converted into IRL currency at the till. But it comes days after a crypto analyst warned of a 2008 financial crash-style domino effect as more and more companies teeter on the edge of collapse amid plummeting Bitcoin prices. The dugong, the gentle mammal that inspired old seafarers' tales of mermaids, has been declared as functionally extinct in China. A study by the Zoological Society of London and Chinese Academy of Science found only 3 people living in coastal towns and villages reported seeing one of the gentle giants in the past 5 years, with no verified sightings since 2000. The chilled-out vegetarian mammal, which weighs nearly half a ton, is particularly vulnerable to commercial overfishing and injury from shipping. And finally, in very lo-fi gaming, a cards collector has revealed his heartbreak after 2 ultra-rare Nintendo collectible packs from the 1950s turned out to be ruined. Crypto entrepreneur Eric Voskuil blogged that when he tried to open the sets after carefully removing the wrapper, all the non-laminated cards were completely fused together. The cards were scenes from Nintendo's Japanese hometown of Kyoto, and despite suggestions from collectors to sweat or freeze the cards, they look ruined forever. A tiny silver lining was Voskuil retrieved a solitary card from his ordeal, which was a sampler stuck to the back of one of the packs. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the leader from the Evening Standard here in London, and we'll be back on Thursday at 1 p.m. See you then.